Welcome to Whips in the Dungeon. I'm Dex, and for those of you that have followed this channel, you know that we've got a lot of instructional videos up there. And in the last, I guess, probably about a year, I've been on a two-whip journey, or learning to throw two-handed in contact dungeon play. And that journey has been very extensive. We started with floggers. We progressed to cat o' nines, dragon tails, signal whips. Signal whip was really the first completely whip-like match set that I was throwing. But for those of you that know me, you know I throw overhand primarily, and so snake whips and bull whips are more my thing. So recently I just acquired a match set of 3-foot snake whips, and I've been working with them. And you know, also in my videos, I've talked a little bit about rhythm and timing. And for those that have seen me actually throw in the dungeon, I throw one hand, when I'm throwing single-handed, I throw in a rhythm to the music that's playing, and pretty good with staying with the music when I throw. And it's really kind of become an art form to match my footwork with the rhythm of the whip. When I move two-handed, what I initially found myself doing was, in my research of two-handed and looking at rhythm patterns that you can form two-handed, I came across 3 terms, and those terms I'll share with you. One is called together timing, where the whips arrive on target at pretty much the same time. Obviously can't be exactly at the same time, otherwise your crackers would get tangled. Okay, but together timing would look something like that. Okay, so if you're listening to that sound, the sound of the puff with perfect together timing, you should only hear one puff, because even though both crackers are going off, they're going off so close together, you only hear one puff. Okay, then the next timing that I learned was called staggered timing, where it's like it's 1, 2, or 1 and, 1 and. That's on the forehand and the backhand. So with staggered timing, you should hear 2 sounds, but very close together. So then the third timing that I ran across was called distributed timing. And distributed timing, essentially, when one whip is all the way forward, the other whip is all the way back, and when the other whip is all the way forward, your opposing whip is all the way back. Okay, so completely 180 opposite of each other. Okay, and in using this forward figure 8 pattern, I have been struggling with that rhythm. I find together timing easy. Staggered timing I naturally fall into, and it just feels very comfortable, and I think I'm getting pretty good with it. But this distributed timing, I've been struggling with. So please leave comments. If you're a two-handed whip thrower and you have some tips, tricks, or ideas that will help me with distributed timing, then by all means leave it in the comments, or even better yet, show up at our whip practice on the 3rd Saturday of every month. Just via Zoom, everyone zooms in at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on the 3rd Saturday of every month. So I'm working on this distributed timing. And the purpose of this video was to share some ideas and some tricks I came up with that I think are beginning to slowly help me with distributed timing. And what I discovered was just taking, untangled. How did I manage to do that? That takes talent. Okay, just taking the over the shoulder and throwing one whip at a time, and developing a rhythm where when one's back, the other one's going forward. One's going forward, the other one's back. And alternating, okay, that alternating, even though it's a static throw, it's giving you the idea of the rhythm 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So then the next step would be to move that dynamically and do it with just 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're not doing a Florentine. We're in the railroad tracks and we're throwing a flick on both sides, recovering it outside the railroad tracks and returning with another flick. But we're doing it kind of like a windmill or a whirly bird, okay, if you will. This is not, I'm not worried about how this looks. My main focus is to try to help me in my brain get used to this distributed rhythm timing. Okay, because what I'm hoping is when I put those 3 rhythms together, staggered and distributed in a Florentine, and then when I can do 4 count and 6 count Florentine, between the 3 timings and the 2 types of Florentine, I'm hoping I'll be able to connect with the music in the dungeon and play the way I play single-handed, very much connected to the music. So this was the next technique I worked on. And then the final technique would be to transition that to a 4 count Florentine, where this is almost like spinning poi, where the poi is going outside the railroad track, where that is a 4 count Florentine and you're able to keep it distributed. Now, the problem I have with doing this is I'm essentially dynamically grounding the whip and it's just arcing through and making little butterfly kisses to really get controlled puffs and to eventually be able to crack it. I'm going to be I can't talk and throw. I'm going to have to be able to stall the whip and flick it off the stall while still maintaining distributed timing. So that's where I'm at with my 2-whip journey. It's been fun, it's growing, it's progressing. I think I'm getting better. Moodstone says she loves it. So really it's, the old saying, happy wife, happy life. It's really happy sub, happy dom. So as long as the sub's happy, then we must be doing something right. Remember to comment because we need your feedback on this video. Thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? As always, thanks for watching Whips in the Dungeon.